Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be talking about this Burning Love Leucothoe from the Southern Living Plant Collection. This variety has beautiful new red foliage in the spring that then turns green over time, and then it turns this beautiful purple color in the winter time, and I hope this will show up in this video. It just is cool enough to start to develop some of that color. I'm in South Alabama today at Flowerwood Nursery, and there's a big giant group of these Burning Love Leucothoe, and I had not seen this plant yet. This is a super compact form of Leucothoe. It only gets about 2.5 by 2.5. Really easy to keep it low. Great evergreen choice. This would be a great foundation plant. Be a good container plant. It's hardy in zone 6 to 9. The leaves, the internodes or the leaves on this one are particularly close together. They come out very close together along the stem, which creates this super dense growth habit on it, whereas regular Florida Leucothoe, other Leucothoe varieties, the leaves are further apart and it creates a more open habit. But this thing is just a really great, has a great dense habit to it. These are going to definitely like moist, well-drained soils. I talk about this all the time in my clay soils. My clay soils and Leucothoe wouldn't get along all that well if I planted this thing flush. So I'll mound it up. I'll mix some pine bark soil conditioner in with it. If you have sandier soils, these are super easy to grow in sandier spaces in the southeast United States. Really, really easy to grow, actually. You can add in some compost or some sort of rich organic material to them to hold a little moisture in place. But I wanted to show you this group of Burning Love Leucothoe. I'm actually going to take one of these home and plant it at my house, and when I get it planted, I'll show it to you again and talk more about it. So it's actually been 3 months since I brought this Burning Love Leucothoe back to my house, and I'm actually going to use it as a container plant this spring. This foliage is just really, really beautiful, and the soil mix that I'm using here is a really chunky potting mix. It was actually a leftover container from my fall displays out here, but I'm just going to center this in the pot and pack some loose, some chunky potting soil mix around it. I mix my own. I use regular potting soil that you can buy off the shelf, and then I'll mix some pine bark soil conditioner, some pine bark mini nuggets, or some perlite into it just to make sure it drains well for shrubs. The potting soils work great for flowering things like these pansies here. That's just pure potting soil that I have those pansies and these bulbs in, actually. But this Leucothoe would definitely not like to stay as wet as those pansies right there can tolerate, or use as much water as those will use. But this is going to be really, really striking on the front porch here. I'll get some potting mix packed around there, and then I'll show it to you where it's going to be displayed. So here's this Burning Love Leucothoe planted in a container, and it's late winter, so it's lost some of the foliage color that it had when it was colder outside. It's warmed up quite a bit, and so the old growth is turning green, but the new foliage is about to start, and it will also be that beautiful purple color. So if you follow me on Instagram, I will put up some photos of this when the new foliage is out on it, and I'll show you how colorful it is. At some point later this year, probably in the fall, I will add it to my landscape, and when I do, I'll make sure I plant it high and dry so my clay soil doesn't try to kill it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.